Hello, all my merry makers, and welcome to the start of all the things 2026. Boy, do I have a lot to tell you. And part of what I have to tell you has to do with why I am not posting this on Thursday. It has been a very interesting week for me. So sit back, grab your favorite beverage, alcoholic or otherwise. I'm not going to tell you which way to go. That's your own business. Saddle up with your favorite project and come with me on a trip called This Past Week. For anybody that just happens to be New Year or you kind of forgotten, All the Things is actually usually called All the Things Thursday because it is my weekly video that I put out every Thursday talking about all the things that I've done the past week. Now, I briefly considered doing a year recap, but I struggle with these doing just for the past week. So, if you want a recap of 2025, you know what? There's a playlist called All the Things 2025. Play it. Enjoy it. I don't know how many hours that is, but, it will help give me some watch hours. So, yeah, that would be great if you could do that. So, I did a short, I literally did a short last week on Christmas, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. And I had actually planned to do an All the Things Thursday on January 1st. I was out Thursday doing errands when I realized I hadn't done a video. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just do one when I get home. That's always a lie. Never listen to that. Because we were doing a lot. Like, just lots of errands. And it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon by the time we got home. And I don't stay up till midnight anymore, but I got woken up at midnight by all the fireworks. And by the time we got home, I was dead. Absolutely dead. And I was like, oh, okay, it'll be fine. I'll make one tomorrow morning, which would be today, January the 2nd. However, when I woke up this morning, I got a message from my brother that he and his wife were at the emergency room waiting to be admitted because her water broke. So I have been glued to my phone. And the baby is fine. She delivered just fine. They actually did end up still doing a C-section like we all thought she would, but both mama and baby are recovering just great. The pictures I've been receiving all day have made me insanely jealous that I waited to get my Tdap, which, knock on wood, I can hopefully get sometime this weekend. So, and that's just an extra precaution to protect the baby from pertussis, also known as whooping cough. When they have been able to track it, it's from somebody who visited the baby while they were very, very young. Once they hit 4 months, they've gotten at least 2 rounds of the Tdap themselves, and are a little bit better protected. All right. So, that's why there's a late video. I do apologize. That being said, I still have lots of things to show you. Number one being, it's finished, for the most part. And I think it's kind of funny that it wasn't long after that I put in the last stitch on this behemoth of a blanket that we got news that the baby had been born. Now, as you can see, there's still 1,000,001 ends to weave in, but all the actual crocheting is done. So, yay. But you know me, I can't keep my hands on just one project. So, I'm going to show you just all the things, again, hence the title, that I feel like I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. So, there's this, which I think I've shown you before. This is a spiral granny square blanket. I've put on just a couple of rows here. You know, the colors actually kind of remind me, I just had this thought, of Sweet Tart candy. I might start referring to this as the Sweet Tart blanket. And I know I said I wasn't buying any more yarn. That lasted about a week and a half. I went to the nearby thrift store and they had a full Karen cloud cake, full Karen baby cake and a pound of love, without labels, of course, marked at $2 a piece, and I couldn't pass that up. And so I started turning that into a shell blanket. Now this square measures basically 12 inches, so I'm gonna make it I've made 3 squares. Yeah, I've made 3 squares. So it's gonna be a 3x4 square blanket, and I don't know if I'm going to give it to Boggy's Blankets or if it's gonna go somewhere else, but it'll be a nice big sized blanket for somebody. I've also made 2 hats, just a regular back and forth crochet hat. I think these are half double crochets if I remember correctly, and some I believe this is I Love This Wool yarn. So that's gonna go into the donation box, as is this. This is leftover Red Heart eggshell. You know, I don't know if you guys remember that I made that hammock. This is the kitchen sink beanie by Bag O' Day Crochet with my own little modifications. It's kind of a tight fit on me, so it might fit somebody with a smaller head, but it's got some stretch to it, so I'm not too worried about it. And then somebody from my knit group was just like, hey, there's this group, they're wanting some men's hats. And so we're like, okay, we're gonna make some men's hats. This is that mystery yarn. I've already made a hat like this. I've tried making, I tried making a different pattern with it called No Stripes on Me. It didn't quite work for me. But then again, I was doing it off of what I remembered and not the actual pattern. So that might be on me and not on the pattern. This one's kind of long. But like, I've already held it up to my head a couple of times. It's gonna have like a 2-inch brim if the guy has a small head. But if he doesn't, you know, it's more like gonna be like a 1.5 inch, maybe even a 1-inch brim. So it's gonna be perfect. And then I've got a different hat going out of some mystery yarn that I have held together with I had the label right here, and now of course it's gone. But again, this is actually a crochet stitch that I happened to stumble upon while I was perusing Instagram. It's a double crochet, but it's done in a different way. And I think she called it like a twisted double crochet or something like that, but you can see how it's not, there's no airspace in between these at all. So you go into the post, and instead of looping and pick up a loop, that's your first loop, then you go into the actual hole. Like, this is a really bad angle. If you want an actual like in-depth tutorial, go ahead and either comment on this video or send me an email saying that you would like an in-depth tutorial. I'm going to try to find that Instagram post again so I can figure out what the actual name of the stitch is. Yeah, it's coming out wonderfully in my opinion. So just a couple of things to look out for. This Tuesday is going to be the first Let's Talk Tuesday of 2026, and some of you have requested about more details about my move. I'm going to do it more of in a like, here's what I've learned type thing, and less about the details and more about like kind of advisory. Here's what to look out for if you're going to make a move, or if somebody you know is going to make a move, just so that you can learn from my mistakes. And then next Monday, so not this upcoming Monday, but next Monday, is going to be our first bookmark Monday of 2026 as well. Whew. And of course, we're going to be doing all the things Thursdays in between there. And I'm really, really, really going to try to keep to my my vow of not buying any yarn this year. No, I don't believe anybody's going to commission me to do anything. I've got plenty of yarn to do small projects like donation hats. And I've got plenty of whips. I do not need more yarn. So, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this first all the things of 2026. If you did, make sure you give it a like, especially if you're a subscriber and would like to stay subscribed. That way the evil YouTube overlords don't unsubscribe you from my channel against your will. Feel free to comment down below. It helps my analytics. If you're not a subscriber yet, feel free to subscribe. We are so close to 500 subscribers. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a giveaway because of finances, but I'm super excited that we're almost at 500 subscribers. If you like yarning content and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Plus, you would do well to hit that notification bell. If you really want to help this channel grow, share this video with everyone you know. In the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao.